Hi everyone, Tammy here from Frou-frou Studio, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing some page layouts in a seaside journal that I'm working on, and I've used a couple of kits in this one. One is by Sam Poole, and the other one is by ScreechOwlStudio, both on Etsy. And I also have some photos, beach photos that are by MrsCogs. So that is the main thing that I'm using. Everything else is scrapbook scraps, and then I've got a couple of Seabird Audubon postcards that I'm going to be using, and just some others. I've got some shells, like these little shell stickers and things like that. So I'll try to mention everything as we're going through, and we're going to do hopefully 3 layouts in this video. So let's get started and see what we can get finished. I have made 2 signatures, and the signatures are made entirely with the kit pages. And then I'm going to use book pages and other ephemera to decorate with. I'm kind of doing it opposite. Usually I do a mixture in my signatures of the actual kit pages I'm using, and insert some book pages and stuff like that. But for this one, I decided that I would use all the kit pages and then use book pages and stuff for the ephemera. So, like I said, I have 2 signatures. So we're going to start with this top one. And I have already done the back and the front. Oops. I just lost, there it is. I started to say I just lost my button, and I'm going to need that. So this is the back of the first signature, and this is the first page of the second signature. So I've already done this, and I just did a tag, and I put a piece of the airmail stationery on here with a stencil. And then on this side, I just made this little kind of paper cluster kind of thing with scrap pieces, and made this pocket out of a French book page, and did a little, collage down here, and I put a stamp of a starfish. I hope that shows up. I wanted to do it really faintly on here so that you could see it but not see it, if that makes sense. So we'll set this one to the side, and we'll work on this one, and then we'll come back. I haven't decided what I want to do on the front here yet. I love this digital, so I'm not sure how much I want to change it, other than, ink up the edges and stuff like that. So we're going to skip that for now, and we're going to go over to this. And I think I told you guys before, but I'll say it again for those of you that are new. When I'm decorating a journal or putting my ephemera in, I have a tendency to do the front and the back of each signature, the center spread, which in this case, this center spread is already completed as well. And you can see I did a side tuck here, a little double tuck actually. And Then on this side, I have like a double pocket. There's a pocket here and a pocket here. Okay, and then I've got some vintage sheet music in here, and I just happened to find a song that said Over the Waves, so I put that in there. And then I put another piece of the Emerald stationery in there because I just love the way that feels and the way it sounds, and that gives you another spot to write on. So that's just slid down in there like that. Okay, so again, I do the front, the back, the center, and then I start working, depending on how many sheets that I have in the journal. It's usually every 3 pages. I do another pretty fancy layout, and then I go back and fill in, you know, maybe with a tag or, you know, some kind of flip out or attachment. Where I feel like the journal needs it. So for this particular layout, I have printed out, these are also Sam Poole, and they're called wage envelopes. And you get, when you download this, you get like 5 or 6 of these envelopes in different colors. And you get a piece that's the front, and then so you can make your folder, and then you also get a plain sheet that you can either print on the back side of it if you're using a cardstock, or you can print on regular copy paper, which is what I did, and then glue them together, and that gives you a nice stiff pocket. So I have one of these printed out. I'm going to use these 2 little cards to embellish, and I say card. This one's on cardstock, but this one is just on regular printer paper. So I'm going to embellish the envelope with these 2, and with this little scrap piece of scrapbook paper, I'm going to make an uptuck. Do I want to do it? I think I may do the uptuck on this side and put this on this side, because I want to install this as a, so it flips out like that. And then I picked this piece that I'm going to make a journal card out of to go down in the envelope. And then this photo, which is from a stereotype, or a replica of a stereotype, I'm going to stick up in the tuck like that. So that's the plan. And I have a similar one laid out for the other signature. So, first thing I need to do is straighten up this piece of paper. But let's back it first. I'm going to back this with just some cardstock. This is just white, lightweight. It's not a real heavy cardstock. And this particular paper, you can see, is Bella Bella. And it's Bella Rose. And I've had this forever, but it's one of my favorite papers. I don't know if it's available anymore. And I think this is pretty much my last piece. But I thought it was perfect for this journal. Get my old print stick. The other one's new. I went ahead and pulled one out because I wasn't exactly sure how much is left in this one, but I do know that it's getting down there toward the end. So we're just going to glue this on here, and I'll use the edge I know that's straight. And then we'll use the trimmer and straighten everything up. So, the weather report today. I'm filming this on Friday, and we are getting some of this storm. Right now they're saying that where I am, we're gonna get mainly the eye and a little bit to the right side of the storm, but not as bad as what they had originally thought, which is good. And I don't mean that. I'm glad somebody else is getting it. I wish nobody would, you know, get damaging weather. But it looks like we're not going to get hit. And I'm going to put cardstock on the back of this while I'm here. This is the journal card. Going to be the journal card. But the wind is blowing the opposite way from what it normally went. It normally blows here. So that's a little bit concerning for our big old trees that we have in the yard, because they're not used to blowing the way the wind's blowing today. So I hope that's not a bad thing in the end. So we're getting some pretty good gusts. I hope if you are in the path of the storm that everything, oops, I didn't get that far enough over, that you are hunkered down, staying safe. Okay, now while I'm doing this, do I need anything else backed? I don't think so. Okay. So let's do some inking and thinking, as Gail Augustinelli says. And I have been using tea dye, because I think the tea dye goes really well with this kit. Is this the right? No, this one. Make sure I get the right dauber. And do the back. Okay, so there's that one. And ink around my uptuck. Don't use a lot of pink. So I was really having to dig through my stash to find some pink stuff. I just love these images with these old bathing suits. They're so funny. Okay, and then let's ink our envelope. I'm not worried about this side. I may go back and do some stenciling or stamping or something on it, but for the most part, I'm okay with it just being the plain pink because it gives another place to journal, first of all, and you know this side's going to be up because you want to see all this cool print on here. So we'll see how I feel once it is all together. Alright, so that's going to go there. Okay, so let's get our uptuck glued on. Don't want it that way. I think I want it this way. Okay. I'm going to glue across the top and down the two sides, obviously. Okay, and so this will stick up in there like that. And again, I'll make a decision about this once I get the page laid out. And then this is going to get, oops, missed the whole inside of that. Want to ink that as well. Okay, so this is going to go like this, and this journal card is going to be down in the pocket. And then these two are going to go on here, like that. So we'll get those glued on. All right, and then I'll need to decide how I want to close that. Do I want to do a wrap? Yeah, I think I will. So I'm going to cut 2 circles out of just my little, with my littlest punch. Let's see what I got here. I think I have some more. Where's that piece I cut off of that pink? That would look good. Can I get them out of that? Yes. Okay, so then we'll put one here. And one about here. Okay, so I'm going to take my pokey tool. Try not to poke it through my finger. I poked it right through my finger the other day. Did not feel good. So about right there. Okay, and then let me see if I can get it right through there. Okay, and then I have this kind of, oops, Swiss dot looking stuff that kind of looks like netting. So let's put some of that behind it and then put a little brad in there. Kind of ravel the edges a little bit. Okay, and get 2 brads. Yesterday it rained all day, and I mean all day. It was miserable. I binged Netflix all day yesterday. I should have been doing journaling, but I got stuck watching this. It's called The Mayfair Witches on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have heard of that or watched it. But yeah, I started watching it and couldn't quit. It's only got 8 episodes, and so, whoops, it moves pretty quick. But, yeah, so I was binge watching as it rained all day. It's just hard to do anything when it's raining like that. I mean, you know, like I said, I could have been doing journaling. Sorry, I'm lifting this closer to me so I can see where the little prongs are. But sometimes I feel like that if I don't kind of take a break from it, that my creativity gets kind of stifled. So I kind of have to walk away. And I'm working on 2 different journals right now. I don't know if you all saw them on Instagram, but the other one is a kind of a dark academia kind of thing. Which I think I'm going to love. What did I do with the other bread? Where'd you go, Brad? There you are. Now where'd my circle go? Oh, let's be all thumbs now that you've got the camera on. Let me go ahead and ink that. Not wait like I did on the other one. There we go. You could use any size or any color. I have a few colors of brads, but I only have a few left, and there's really nothing that will look good with this. So I'm using this color because I am using some charms that I have, like sea charms, and they're kind of this bronzy color, so I thought that would be the best choice. Alright, yeah, that's kind of cute. See if I can find one of my little charms here. I had one kind of, see that, they're that kind of bronzy looking, so I think that's going to look the best. Alright, so now I need some thread or something. I think I'm going to use this because this is kind of reminds me of the sea. Alright, so I'm going to put it around here and tie a knot. Do I want to go, I think I'll go under the netting. Yeah. And tie a knot. Get out of the way. Alright, I know I didn't tighten it that much. Maybe I did. Now you can, if you wanted to, you could have put a bigger circle on top of this circle, and it would have allowed more room for the string to fit in. But I think this is going to work just fine for this particular envelope. Okay, I'm going to trim that off. And maybe that's where we'll put a little charm hanging from the end of that. That would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? If I can get it through. Probably don't need one this big. Let's see if I can get it through there. Not at the moment, I can't. I'm gonna have to get a needle threader or something, but we'll get it through there. And I might get a smaller one. I have a whole bunch of those that are different little sea elements. So yeah, that's pretty cute. Okay, now how are we going to attach it? Do we want it to flip up? I definitely want it to be toward the top because I've got this big bulky piece you can see. This that's got the seashells on it that we made the other day. There's one of the smaller little charms. So I I definitely want it to be toward the top. I didn't get enough glue when I glued my front and back together. There, I missed that edge. Don't glue your envelope shut. Okay. So I think I want it to go up. So I'm gonna take just a piece of paper. Do I have enough to double that? Because it's a really thin scrapbook paper, but if I can double it, and then fold it in half, I think it'll work just fine. All right, so I'm going to glue it together. So I think I told you guys that we had a stray cat that kind of showed up during a snowstorm this past winter. And so it was really cold outside and it was snowing and whatever. And so, of course, you know, we felt sorry for it. And so we made it a place where it could get out of the cold. And, you know, gave it some food and whatever. And so, and then it disappeared and it was gone for months. And we were like, okay, well, it, you know, found someplace else to live, or it found its way back home or whatever. Well, then it showed back up and he's really feral. And he had gotten hurt. He had either gotten hit by a car, or animals, you know, some other animal got him or whatever and hurt his back leg. And of course, you can't get anywhere near him to, you know, try to take him to the vet or whatever. And so we've been feeding him and all this, and he's, you know, been, ever since he got his leg hurt, hanging around, you know, not running off or anything. So with all the rain that was coming, we felt sorry for him. And so we're like, you know, even in the little shelter that we had made for him, he was going to get soaked because, I mean, it really rained. And so we have a screened-in porch, and we, yesterday morning, my husband, you know, left the screened-in porch door kind of open so he could get in and get out of the rain. And so I was going out there yesterday to sit on the porch and watch it rain. And My husband said, be careful, I left the door open out there, and, you know, the cat's probably out there. So I look out there. Yeah, he's out there. He's on my day bed, asleep. So he just came right on in and made himself comfortable. So he's getting better and more adjusted to us being around, but he still, you know, doesn't really like to be touched or anything. So we're making progress. I wish I'd put that a little further up. That's gonna bug me. See if I can get it off. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't gonna be covered right back up, because it's art glitter glue. But it needs to be a little higher than what it is. You may have to do a little bit of damage control once I get this up. Okay. Let's try again. That's the thing, guys. If you're new to junk journaling, you know, don't be afraid of messing up. We all mess up, no matter what anybody says and how long they've been doing this. Everybody messes up. But the good thing about this type of art is that whatever you mess up, you can usually fix fairly easily by coming up with another solution. So, you know, don't let the fear of making a mistake or messing up keep you from trying this, because, like I said, I feel like that if anybody tells you they're doing this craft and they're not making any mistakes, I don't feel like they're being 100% honest with you or with themselves. So there we go. Now it's good. It flips better. And we have a cute little envelope. Now we need to decide, do we want to do something here? I feel like that's pretty plain. We can also probably use something vintage up in there as well. So, what do I have? Gonna quickly flip through. Got a receipt. We've got a white one. Nope, don't like it. Seashell. Nope, don't like it. What about this one? That one might work. Or I could use one of the kind of sticker ones. That one's got some pink in it. Maybe I'll do that with like a label or something underneath it. I've got some French. Big page, and I may just fold this in half and leave it as it is and stick that in there. And then put that there. And what here? Now I want to do a little bit of splatter stamping here and there. Let me look at my Kathy Holden stickers. She's not a big pink person either, but there might be something I can use. Sorry, I know you can't see me flipping through these. My books have about all fallen apart. Don't have a lot of pink either. And of course, a lot of these I've already used too. Nope, don't see anything in there. What about these little collage strips? These are 10 molds. They're by color. There's one that's got some pinks. That little trunks and satchels is cute. I didn't stick, when I was sticking that down, I didn't stick that edge all the way down so I could stick something under it. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So that is that spread. And then this one's already got the middle and this one's got the back. So we're going to move over to the other one, the other signature. Put my stack of stuff back over here. This is just a little stack of frequently used items. It's got the Tim Holtz collage strips and the sellotape and my Edith or Kathy Holden stickers and Tim Holtz, these little tissue sheets. And I'll keep them kind of to the side of my desk because I find myself using a lot of those things over and over, and so it just makes it easier. I also have these little strips. I didn't go through those to look for something. I probably could have found something. And the stamp book. So those kind of set over to the side all the time, and that way I don't have to keep digging them out and putting them back and that kind of thing. Alright, so in this one, like I said, the front is done. The back I have not decided on yet. And so in this one I have the center to do as well, which is very similar to what we just did. So we're going to do this one first, and that way if I run out of time, then you will have seen one of each of the layouts. So for this one, on this side, I want a side tuck. And I'm going to use this card that I made for the file folder in Nothing But Neutrals. That's got the little journal card on the inside. And it's going to be my tuck. And I'm going to glue it up here at the top because the tab that hangs out in this journal is quite a long one and it's toward the bottom. So it's just going to look more pleasing for this one to be at the top. So I'm going to glue it across the top. And down this side. And then have my little tab, of course, stick out. Okay, and then I need to back this, and I'm going to back this with some tea-dyed graph paper. Sorry, I keep clanking my little piggy that's hanging on my camera arm that my friend Jody sent me. Okay, so we're going to glue this on here. And I get my tea-dyed paper from Godspeed on Etsy because I hate to tea-dye paper and she does a wonderful job. And so yeah, I just order it from her. I always take the opportunity when I can to support other Etsy sellers. tough road out there sometimes. So if I can purchase something from someone that is selling on Etsy in lieu of going to like Joann's or scrapbook.com or Amazon or any of the big box stores, then that's what I do. And I no longer support Hobby Lobby. If you do, that's fine, but they have a lot of the same things that they've had for the last 20 years, so yeah. And they really do not sell, or mine doesn't here, very much for paper crafting anymore at all. So yeah, I just don't bother. Okie doke. And I have no issue for people supporting whoever they want to support. That's your prerogative to purchase from whoever you want to, whatever you want to. The one thing I will not support or promote is any of those overseas people in AliExpress or Temu or whoever. But the reasons for that are unfortunately ruined by a few, I'm sure, that are makers for their products, and it's because they steal from other artists. And you know, I know that's not true for everybody that sells on there, but they are quite known for making counterfeit supplies and stealing images and things off places like Etsy, and then, you know, creating stuff and selling it as their own. So yeah, I don't condone that, and so I feel the best way for me to handle that is to just not purchase from them. And I'm sure my one little not purchasing is not hurting them any, so I don't feel bad about it. Alright, so this is a piece from the kit. And I have just cut it and backed it with the same piece, same digital, and made this little double pocket by just folding it up. So you fold it that way, and you got a pocket here and you got a pocket here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that shut. And then I'm going to glue it right down here at the bottom of this page. So I need to glue here, here, and here. Okay, and then I have this vintage postcard that is from 1916. And it has this sailboat on it. And then I have another piece of vintage sheet music that again is the Over the Waves song. So I'm going to put those in the big pocket. And then in the little pocket, I'm going to put this little feller with his little sailboat. And he's in Sam's kit. And he's printed on cardstock, so he's pretty stiff already. So I'm going to stick him in there, and just like that. And then to decorate this pocket, I have this little anchor, which was in the Screech Owl set. ScreechOwlStudio on Etsy. And I have this little piece of string, and I'm going to put some of this netting. And then, what did I do with my button that went flying across? There it is. I'm going to put this little blue button. And I feel like I need something else. Oh, I had a piece of this, which is like canvas, but it reminds me of like sailcloth. And I think I'm going to put it across there and maybe stamp something on it. Like a number or something. Because it's good and stiff, so I think it'll take a stamp pretty well. So it will look like that when it's all glued down, or maybe this on top of that a little bit. All right, so let's find a number to stamp on there. Oh, I've got this. It says note. Maybe I'll put that on there. Okay, let's do that. And let's do it in black. I'm looking for my pen. There it is. Or do I want to do it? Yeah, I think I'll do it in black. See, I almost waited too late already. I almost didn't get that in there. Alright, so I'm going to get my black archival. I'll take that off there, just in case. Don't trust myself. See how good that stamps? It's like a heavy drop cloth is almost what this feels like. And I'll tell you what it's from. It's from a like a couch slipcover, because I had my living room couch was covered with slipcover, and it needed to be replaced, and I ended up just taking it off and not putting anything back on it. But so when I took it off, rather than just throwing the whole thing away, I cut several big scraps of it, because, you know, that's how we are. We have to keep everything to put in my fabric stash. So that's what that is. Let's break out the dreaded Fabri-Tac here. Okay. Maybe I need to put the button on top. I kept trying to put it on the bottom, but alright, so there's that one. And so we've got our little ship here. I may come back and stamp some additional stuff down here. But at least I always go back at the end and do like finishing touches once I'm done, and you know, catch places that I feel like are too empty or that could use something else. But I could see myself when I'm flipping back through this thinking that's too much negative space right there, and maybe continuing with some kind of font stamp or script stamp or something like that, or you know, putting something down in this area. But for now, I'm going to leave that. And let's see how long I've been filming here. Okay, we're out of time. So, I'm going to continue on my own. And this one will be very similar to the other one that we did, where I'm using the wage envelope except in a blue, and I'm going to make a journal card for this one as well, in an up tuck, and I have another one of the stereotype cards. So you can kind of get an idea of this one's going to be really similar to the one we did there over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you back on Tuesday for Nothing But Neutrals. Until then, bye.